Okay. Gonna move some of these windows out of the way. If I don't see your chat, if you're chatting, feel free to just speak up because I can see the chat, but I have a small screen, so it's not always easy to see. But anyway, here we go. So about us, I work for the school, but I also work for the Friends of Foundation Academies, and that is a nonprofit that is there to help raise money for you guys. We do things like raise money for scholarships, but also things like clubs, the instruments for the strings department. We did the civic service learning program, which you might have been a part of when you were a junior. We support emergency funds. So we're just here to help you as you enter, as you are a senior, as a current student, but also as you are entering into college. So let's just get right into what we're here to talk about today. And I'm so excited that there's so many of you because you are going to get a head start on this amazing opportunity. We're here to introduce the Roundtable Scholarship, which is, this is an opportunity for 4 graduating students to earn up to $10,000 each, with the expectation that the funds would be used in 4 years, and you would get $2,500 each year that you're in college. One of the requirements for receiving the award over time is that you would need to just check in with us each year with a few requirements. And the award is specifically for tuition. So it would go towards your expenses as tuition. So why should you apply? Well, one of the reasons you should apply is because it's an easy process. I'm sure you all have participated and done a lot of work in your application process and other scholarships, applying for other scholarships. Well, this one is not too difficult to get through. It's also online, and I'm here to help you. So I want everybody to be successful in applying who wants to apply for the scholarship. GPA is not a determining factor in this. We're looking for great students who are great kids who want to go to college and be successful, and we want to support them. So the scholarship committee, who would be looking at these, will look at other criteria besides your GPA. Who is eligible? Well, you are eligible as seniors. This scholarship is designated exclusively for collegiate seniors. And one of the great things about this is that, unlike other scholarships where you might be in competition with a whole bunch of other kids, maybe thousands of kids, in this case, you're in competition with probably about 70 students, I think you have in your graduating class. So it's a much better opportunity to win this award. You have to be accepted into a college. You don't have to know yet what college you're going to, but that's one of the requirements. And you can be also attending a 2-year college. So if you're one of the students who might be applying or attending or planning to attend a community college, you're still eligible for this. The grant, if you, for example, if you apply and you go to a community college for 2 years, you get the grant for 2 years, and then you decide to apply to a 4-year college, you will be eligible to continue to receive the funds for the following 2 years. You're not eligible, unfortunately, if you are going to be attending a trade school. We do have another opportunity for those folks who are planning on attending a trade school. It's the FA Artisan Award, and I can be happy to provide information about that award if that's something you're interested in. Feel free to reach out to me, and my name, Marianne Smith, and my email is in the chat there for anyone who needs it. Some important dates to remember. The application goes live today, and so that's why I said you're one of the lucky ones, because I'm going to put in the chat the link to the application at the end of this presentation. On March 29th, there's another information session just like this one, so if you want to hear it again, you have more questions, or if you want someone else to join, like your parents, feel free to join us then. and it's going to be live streamed on Facebook. The application deadline is very short, April 3rd, Wednesday, April 3rd at 12:59 p.m. So keep that in mind. The other important thing to know is that we will be asking for statements of support, and those are also going to be due on April 3rd. So one of the things we're going to ask you to do is, as soon as possible, reach out to those that could be offering you a recommendation and get in touch with them and ask them for that recommendation through the application. If you're invited to continue on to the second round of this process, you'll be interviewed, and that's going to happen in mid-April. And at the end of April, the awards will be announced. By May 3rd, that's when we would want to know where you will be attending school and where you'll be attending school and whether or not you accept our funds, which I'm sure you would. The statement of support comes in the form of someone who is your coach, your teacher, your boss, your pastor. We're looking for someone who knows you personally and can offer a good insight into who you are and what you love to do. So who's judging these, or who's looking at these? We have a scholarship committee. The scholarship committee has been very involved in helping us create this scholarship, and they're really interested in the success of the students. They're made up of a bunch of different folks from our community, leaders in our community. It's important to note that no member of the Foundation Academy staff will be involved in the review process. So what are we looking for? As I mentioned, that GPA is not a determining factor. However, we really want to get to know the kind of kid you are. So here are some attributes, I would say, that we're looking for in determining who would win the scholarship. We would like you to try to look at these, and as you are creating and writing your scholarship essays, which are very small, they're very short essays, that you consider trying to integrate some of these characteristics that are you, of course, into it, so that we can get to know you better. As I mentioned, the statement of supports, we're looking for you to find someone to write about you. We accept up to 2. And in the application, you'll be sending them an email asking for their support. It's a very easy process. And as I mentioned, those are due back by April 3rd. So there's also, as I mentioned, some renewal criteria. Once you receive the application, if you would like to receive the funds the following years, you need to check back with us annually. There is a minimum GPA in that case of a 2.0. And we really want you to stay engaged with us. We really want to know how you're doing, how things are going. So we'd love for you to come back and participate in a couple events, to meet and greet us, to meet the scholarship committee. And that's about it. So it's not a difficult process, but we'd really love for as many people as possible to apply. The application process, and I'll give you a link to this landing page in a few minutes, has a log on. So one of the things I'd love for you to do right after this meeting is to go on, log in, and create a username and password. And then you can click around and get a preview of what the application is about. You'll also see in there where we're asking for the statements of support. So if you have someone already in mind, or you know of someone who is already willing to give you a recommendation, feel free to put those out as soon as possible. This is a view of what the application is going to look like. You can see that it's some of the things that we're going to be asking you, your basic information, very little financial information, not a lot. Then we get into how you spend your time. Then you get a chance to brag about who you are. You can create and choose some options there. They're going to be, I think they're going to be something like 10 options, and you really only have to choose 5 on this brag sheet. And then more about you is a section where you can attach or link to other things like photographs, poems, videos, anything that you think would enhance your application. So here are some helpful links, including the log on, which I'm going to put into the chat now. You can see those. And that's about it. So I'm here to answer any questions that you have. Does anyone have any questions? You can put it in the chat if you like.